everybody, it's me Charlotte. Welcome back to my channel. It's only been forever since I've put out a video, but today I have something really awesome to show you guys. This is a one row repeat that I came up with. I'm calling it the sweet one row repeat. It looks really complicated. It's really not. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this. It's perfect for beginners. It's fun for the experienced knitter. So yeah, I think you guys are really gonna like this. Both sides are exactly the same. It would make a nice scarf. You can make a blanket, a shawl, a wrap. Depending on the yarn you use and the size needles you use, you guys could probably pretty much make anything out of this pattern. And like I said, it's only a one row repeat, so pretty simple. Before we get into this though, real quick, I want to say thank you for everyone who has subscribed to my channel. Thank you for liking, commenting, sharing my videos. If you haven't already subscribed, you should do so now. And if you'd like to follow me on Facebook, there will be a link in the description below. All right, the sweet one row repeat. The reason I think it's really awesome for beginners is because you have a lot of complex stitches, or I guess not your average everyday, knit and purls. There's a little bit more going on. So I think it's perfect practice for the beginner knitter. And it keeps the experienced knitter kind of occupied. It's not so boring. I think a lot of patterns get boring when you're like, I don't know, a couple days into them. Of course, they're gonna get but this kind of keeps you occupied because there is so much going on. For this pattern here, you're going to need to know how to do a few extra stitches that if you're a beginner, you're probably not used to. Of course, you need to know your purls and your knits. You're gonna need to know a SSK, which is a slip slip knit. You're gonna have to need to know a yarn over, a slip stitch purlwise or a slip one purlwise. You're gonna have to know how to do a KFB and a PSSO, which is pass slip stitch over. Of course, all this will be in the description below as well, the pattern, what you need to know. But yeah, it's great practice for the beginner, and it keeps the experienced knitters kind of occupied, not so bored. So let's get into it, guys. Grab your needles, grab your yarn, and let's do this together. All right, today I'm actually gonna be using some super chunky yarn. This is big twist yarn. I think it's exclusively at Joann's, but I like it. It's inexpensive and it gets the job done. It is a super bulky, so it kind of makes things go fast. And what you're gonna need to know for this pattern is it is in multiples of 10 plus 4. So that means you're just gonna you're gonna cast on 10, cast on another 10, cast on another 10, and at the very end of all the stitches you wanna cast on, you're gonna cast on the last 4. So it's multiples of 10 plus 4. And what I've done here is I've cast on 24 stitches and I've knit 2 rows. Now that is completely optional. I like how it looks when you knit the 2 rows. It kind of gives it a nice finish, a nice beginning. I like it. You don't have to do that, but I like it because it's kind of like a base. It's easier to work the stitches when you have a couple rows of knit stitch going on. So I cast on 24 and I knit the first 2 rows. Okay, so the only row you need to know how to do in this entire pattern is the one I'm about to tell you. And again, I will have it written in the description below. Okay, it starts off with knit 2. Today I'm using super big needles, so I'm gonna try my best. Okay, so knit 2. Now you're going to purl 2. Sounds pretty boring in the beginning, I know. But it gets interesting, trust me. We're going to purl 2. Okay, now we're going to put our working yarn back in the back and we're gonna do an SSK, which means slip, slip, knit. So we're going to slip this first stitch knitwise. Let me bring you guys in a little bit. Okay, you're going to slip this next stitch knitwise. So you have your working yarn in the back, you're going to slip that one. You're gonna go into it like you're going to knit it, but you're just gonna slip it off your needle. And you're gonna do that with the second one, the next one. Go in like you're going to knit it, and just slip it off your needle. Now you're going to take your left needle, put it I'm working with really big needles. Put it in the front of those 2 stitches you just slipped. Take your working yarn, wrap it around your right needle, and then take these 2 stitches that you just picked up and slipped, and you're going to slip them over the yarn you wrapped on your right needle. Okay, so that was an SSK. Okay, now back to the pattern. Now we're going to purl one. Okay, now we're going to knit one. Now we're going to do a yarn over. To do yarn over, you just take your working yarn, wrap it around your needle, or just bring it to the front. And now we're going to slip this stitch purlwise. So we're going to take our right needle, put it in the front of that next stitch, and slip it off. Now we're going to do a KFB in this stitch. And a KFB is a knit through front and back. So we're going to knit through the front of that stitch like normal. We're not going to take it off our needle. We're going to take our right needle, swing it around, and go into the back of that same stitch we just knit into. Wrap our needle and pull that off. Now we're going to do a PSSO, or pass that slip stitch over, and it's going to be this third one. Let me show you guys. Try to get as close as I can. We have these 2. That was our KFB we just made, and then we have our slip stitch, which is right here. Our yarn over is right here. It's the 4th one, and you can see it kind of crosses in the back. Don't pay no mind to that. Just don't pay attention to that. You're just going to look for that 3rd stitch. So you have 1, 2, and 3. You're going to take that 3rd one, pick it up. That was our slip stitch, and we're going to pull it. Over those last 2 stitches on our needle. Okay. Okay. So now we did that. Now we're going to knit 2. 1 and 2. All right, and that is one completed section. Okay, so now to start we have to start over. We're going to purl 2. So the pattern is purl 2, we're going to knit 2, no, we're not going to do that. Sorry, I messed up. Okay, we purl 2. Now we're going to SSK. So we're going to slip, slip, knit. So we slip those 2 knitwise. Okay, now we're going to purl 1. I'm going to go over this again, guys, with you because I screwed that up kind of. So I will go over it one more time. We're going to knit 1. We're going to yarn over, and we're going to slip 1 purlwise. Now we're going to do a KFB. And then we're going to take that stitch we slipped off our needle, which will be the 3rd one, and we're going to pass it over those 2 we just had on our last 2 on our needle. Now we're going to knit 2. And then when we come to the very end, we'll have 2 stitches left, and all you're going to do is knit those 2 as well. 1 and 2. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time with you guys because I kind of screwed that other one up. I'm sorry. So we're going to do it one more time, and then I think you guys will have it. Like I said, I'll have it written in the description below so you guys can read it, write it down, whatever. It's only 1 row. I think you guys will get it. You kind of get a pattern in your head. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to knit 2. And then we're going to purl 2. Don't you love the sound the yarn makes? Right? Okay. purl 2. Now we're going to do a slip slip knit, and if you can see, once you get the pattern established, you'll know that when it's time to slip slip knit, see how these two are kind of like together? That's going to be your slip slip knit. So you're going to slip, slip, slip them both as if to knit them, and then insert that left needle in there, wrap your working yarn around your right needle, like that. And this yarn over here, the next stitch on our needle, a yarn over, is always going to be purled. So we're going to purl the yarn over. We're going to knit the next one. We're going to do a yarn over. We're going to slip the stitch purlwise, and we're going to do a KFB. Sorry about that noise. These are acrylic needles with big, like, I don't even know what this stuff is made out of. I think it's like woolish, part wool. Yeah, it's like part wool, part acrylic, so it's, I don't know, not too clean of it. Like, don't like it so much, but whatever. Okay, we slipped that third stitch over. Now we're going to knit 2. 1, 2. Okay, now to start the repeat again, we're going to purl 2. We're going to do a slip slip knit, kind of see how they're together. So we're going to slip, make sure your working yarn's in the back, do a slip slip knit. That sound is awful. Okay, now you're going to purl 1. You're going to knit 1. You're going to yarn over and slip 1. You're going to do a KFB, which is knit through the front and the back. Ugh, I don't know if I can take that sound, guys. My hands are kind of sweaty. I think that's what's causing it. Plastic needles, wool, sweat, you know, not a great combination. We did our KFB, now we're going to slip that slip stitch over, which will be our third stitch from the tip of the needle. Slide that slip stitch over those 2. Now we're going to knit 2. Okay, and then our last 2, when we come to the end, our last 2 is going to be knit as well. And that's how you do it. That is the 1 row repeat, guys. Like I said, sorry about the sound. I know it was a bit hard to listen to. I apologize for it. Plastic needles, sweaty hands, and wool don't mix well. All right, but that was it. That was a sweet 1 row repeat. What else did I want to say? Oh, when you're all done and you've made it as long as you want or as big as you want to go ahead and knit 2 rows. Just straight knit 2 rows, and then just cast off like you normally would. Doesn't have to be a special cast off, doesn't have to be stretchy, nothing like that, just a normal cast off. And this is what you'll have. Focus. Okay. This is what it will look like when you guys are done. Now, you see how it like kind of goes like this? You're gonna notice when you start knitting this that where you started, it's gonna kind of be like that. If you want it to match the top, like I said, straight, regular, normal bind off, but you might have to block it to get that shape because it's very easy to make it just straight across. So it can look like that, but it will go down to this. You just might need to block it to make it kind of stay that way, if you want it to stay that way. Other than that, that's it, guys. That is how you do the sweet 1 row repeat. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. It is my very own pattern that I kind of worked a little hard on it. I went back and forth a lot of scribbles in the notebook. But I hope you guys really enjoy it. I hope you guys really like it. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. The best compliment you guys can give me is share this video with all your friends. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so now. And if you'd like to follow me on Facebook, there will be a link in the description below. So until next time, guys, I hope you all have a super wonderful, fabulous day, and happy knitting. Bye.